Welcome, brothers and sisters. It's your girl, Smartsistah, and this is the Smartsistah Show. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about a little more spiritual type of things that we need to be getting into in terms of dealing with this pandemic and all the injustice that we see, everything. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have waves where I'm going up and down, up and down. And when I really stay true to myself, I don't have to be on that roller coaster. See, that's the thing, everybody. We've got to really take this time to go into ourselves, figure out who we are, what we are about, what our purpose is, and then know beyond a shadow of a doubt that things are going to be better and things are going to come out on the good side like they always do. When you really think about your life, look back over the years, and Lord, I got quite a few to look back over. Every time that I thought I was at my darkest or my lowest or my whatever, my higher being, my God, my whatever you want to call it, has always brought me through on the other side in a good way. And like they say, God didn't promise you a easy journey, but a safe arrival. And that is what I have found to be true in my life. There are so many things that you'll go through that you should learn from, and unfortunately sometimes we don't get that lesson the first time. And if you notice, you will keep being put in the same position until you learn a lesson. Ain't no whooping like a spiritual behind whooping. And so if you don't learn the lesson you're supposed to, you will get right back in it until you do. And that is what I've found to be true. So I learned my lesson the first time, because I don't want to keep going through it. And the thing about it is, you've got to understand that it's always going to be better. We can't see it. Things look bleak. Things seem horrible. But look what we have been through as a people, that we made it on the other side. We've come through slavery, chattel slavery. We've been through Jim Crow, the new Jim Crow, every crow. But we made it, and we still here. And we have got to pull into ourselves and look at the strength that we have as a people to heal ourselves so we can keep moving forward. Because can't nobody put you in heaven or hell. Okay? So what you need to do is take this time of adversity and figure out what you gonna do and how you gonna do it, and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you gonna make it through. Like they say, we like tea bags. It's not until we put in hot water do we really figure out who we are. Okay? And take this time and look at it as a positive. Of course, this world can destroy you. With everything that's going on, all this evil, all the everything, it can destroy you if you let it. But you don't have to let it. You can know that you're going to be better. And as they say, don't live in fear, false evidence that appears real. You know, a lot of crap that you thought would have broke you didn't. And it is never quite as bad as it seems. Now, we're going through some shit right now. I'll be the first to admit. However, it also gives you the opportunity to improve yourself and to know and grow in your own spirituality, so you're even stronger for the next thing that comes along. And the other thing we're going to have to do is start pulling together and helping each other and healing each other. Remember back in the day, well, some of y'all don't, I'm old enough, we used to have rent parties. You had, if I got some beans and you got some neck bones, somebody else got some cornbread, we can pull it all together and we all gonna eat. Okay? And y'all see I like to eat. I do. But hello, It could be worse things I could be doing. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. This is an opportunity to love on yourself. Love on your family members. Love on your friends. Isn't it time that we stopped all the hatred and bullshit and pull together and really love on each other and do what we gotta do to make it through this? Because we will make it through. I ain't no doubt about it. But it's time for you to put a lot of nonsensical things to the side. Pool your money. Okay? Help each other. Maybe take a different look at how you spend your money. Okay, and especially we as black people, we need to really start putting our money where our mouth is, and then also taking it away from people that don't deserve to have it. Whoever that is. If you're getting poor service, poor customer service, whatever, take your money away. And then quit spending money on nonsense. Okay, and I said I was talking about spirituality today, but money is energy. You ever thought about that? I've never seen it to fail that when I treat money or treat my abundance spiritually, I am rewarded with more. But if I spiritually live in lack or live in that I don't have enough to make it or whatever, that becomes true as well. So your spirituality goes in a lot of ways. It's going to be how you stay mentally sane, how you are coping with this quarantine. But it's also going to be how you spending your money, or if you don't have much, how to keep it. Because a lot of us are facing unemployment, are facing all kind of financial difficulties. But you need to look at yourself once again and figure out what's important and deal with that and let the rest of it go. I am never going to allow myself ever again, as I have done in my earlier years when I was younger. You know, I worried about stuff, or, you know, and I was quick to quit a job, honey. And then sitting there looking crazy like, okay, now what do I do? Well, whenever I took the attitude of, look, I'm going to make it through this, something's going to happen. It's going to come my way, and it always has. So you have to remember that and not get afraid, not get full of fear because things are tight and scary. You gonna make it. You gonna make it. And that's the most important thing I could say to you in these days and times. Is believe in your God, believe in yourself, believe that things can change, because it's a thought. It's a thought. You can change your whole situation in your life with a thought and a decision. Just like you can change it in a bad way with a thought and a decision. Okay, so that's my main point. If I don't make no other one today, fear not. Okay, stop believing false evidence that appears real, because it's not real. The only thing you should fear is fear itself, and that is so true. So I'm going to get back over to also the 42 laws of maat. Now, I started that last week, and I'm going to continue until we finish all 42. Now, I read the first 7. I'm going to read 7 more today, and I want y'all to look these up and see how that the whole point is for you to use this as a way I do at night before I go to bed. Go through all 42, so it'll make you kind of take a look at your day and see how better could you have been that day, and to live your life in a more spiritual way. And so here we go. All right, law number 8, I have not told lies. Now, think about that. Many of us, little lie, little white lie, little lie, little lie. You never need to lie. That's why I love children. They don't lie. And that's the way we all should be. The world will be a better place. Number 9, I have not carried away food. Well, you know, back in the day, food was a big thing. Now it's a big thing for me. And baby, I can carry away some food. So I'm going to leave that one right there. Number 10, I have not cursed. That one is the one that's going to kill me more than anything. But I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. But that is true. And cursing is not necessarily just using a bad word or profanity as far as I'm concerned. Okay, it's using words to be negative towards somebody else or whatever. Your words are very powerful. They are very powerful, and you can use them to build up people or to tear them down. So that's what that means to me. Number 11, I'm sorry. I have not closed my ears to truth. Now, that one is huge. How many times has the truth been presented to you and you don't want to hear it? Because one, it could be something toward you that you need to improve, or it's something in the world you need to deal with that you don't want to deal with. And I will say this one really hits black folks upside the head, because the truth of the matter is we're going to have to build our own communities, period. Okay, that is the truth. So if you closing your ears to it, you don't want to hear that, you just live worrying about you, then that's a big problem. Okay, the next one, number 12, I have not committed adultery. Well, I don't have to worry about that. I'm not married, so hey, okay. But for those of you that are, think about that. And adultery can come in a lot of ways too. It's not necessarily going to having exact sex with someone. To me, nowadays with all this technology and all this other stuff, there's a whole bunch of ways you can commit adultery without physically even touching somebody else. So think about that. Number 13, I have not made anyone cry. That's deep too. Think about it. You have not made anyone else cry. Then that means you are cognizant of other people's feelings, of other people's mental states, etc. Okay, sometimes we say and do things because we don't care about what somebody else feels, but we should. You should never do anything like that intentionally. Even if the other person will look cray-cray, you still don't need to do anything to upset them to that point. You need to check yourself. Okay, and the last law today is I have not felt sorrow without reason. That's another deep one. All of us, in a lot of ways, are feeling sorrow right now, and we do have reason. However, there comes a time when you can't be sad anymore. And that is a choice that you can make, because you can always choose to take a more positive look at something, or also just not allow yourself to get down in the dumps to the point of where you can't function. Because I'll be perfectly honest with y'all, I have been at that point several times in my life. But what I have found is that if you can remember who you are, I mean remember who you are, all of who you are, you can get through it. And you don't have to be sad, because you are more than that. You are more than a conqueror. Okay, you have everything that you need in this life to live more abundantly, and it's totally up to you and the decisions that you make. We can either get torn down or we can build ourselves up. And it's really that simple. I hate to say it that way and be that blunt, because people want to go, oh, well, what about my mom? Well, my dad did, and the world did, and white folks did, and this and that. You can find reasons for everything, but that don't mean it has to tear you down. Us with white folks, we need to stop looking in the terms of, I have to ask you for something. I have to ask you for justice. I have to ask you for my civil rights. No, you have them. You possess it already. And if black people start acting and knowing you already have the justice, you already have all of that in your favor, you will walk this earth a hell of a lot differently. Okay, and that's just it. With all of this stuff that's going on, because it ain't nothing new under the sun. None of this stuff is new. But you have to walk in your own power and your ability to make a change and to do what is right, and trust and believe. Trust and believe. Look in your own life. You already know some of the folks that did you dirty. You already know what happened to them. So don't think, what do you think white folks are so scared of? They know how dirty they've been. Okay, and they know they got that coming, and it ain't nothing they can do about it. Okay, so walk in that power. Walk in the knowledge of self. Once you know yourself, and I mean know yourself and who you are and whose you are, then that's when your life is going to change. Totally. So that is it for today for my spiritual piece. And I am going to continue with these laws. And at the end, I'm going to read all 42 to make a separate video. So then that way you could just play it at night and go through it with me on the video, so you don't even have to get out your bed. You could just play the video and go over your day and get ready for, if the Lord wakes you up the next day, to start again and do more. So I love y'all. I am gonna start saying that every video. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I hope that you are getting something out of these videos. I hope that I am helping you to understand some things or see a new way of looking at things in life and just in general, life in general. So you all take care, and I will see you real soon.